Good afternoon, Honorable Dr. Ashish Agarwal Sir, Session Chair, Dr. Vinay Kumar Nasa Sir, Session Moderator, and participants. I introduce our Chairperson, Dr. Ashish Agarwal Sir. Dr. Ashish Agarwal Sir is a professor in Icamc, having a vast experience of 30 plus years in academics. He has 150 plus papers in various international journals and peer-reviewed journals. He has number of book chapters and patents to his credit. He got various awards from various services during his tenure. Now, firstly, I would like to call upon Mr. Dolan Sarkar for the presentation of paper ID 512. Please welcome with a huge round of applause.
Thank you for this generous introduction. So, respected teachers, guests, and my dear student. May I start, sir, with your kind permission? So, I should start with an hyperbole. Everything is fair in love and worth. And as a hyperbole, yesterday we are witnessing. Yesterday is a presentation from our guest speaker. So he called, this is the worst time, this is the best time. So we should start from this hyperbole in this today's chaotic world, I rather call it. So what are the possibilities that AI and what are the difficulties it creates in this contemporary world? So in our paper, we try to reflect the situation through this philosophical, political angle. So, next slide please. Could you please help me? So, as a student of engineers or a researcher or a teacher, you obviously know emerging applications of AI in each and every domain. It is inevitable, or it is a kind of omnipresent of AI in our everyday life. So it is undeniable. So our stand as a researcher is not, we are not negating its effect. Rather, our standpoint or objective is that we have chosen for the perspective of humanity and our epistemological point, because as a researcher in social science, you have to mention your standpoint, that's important. So our standpoint or epistemology is objective, humanistic, and much more about human value oriented or universal human value in this perspective. So what is the research objective of this study? So to start with an introduction of this study. So in this entire domain of military perspective or defense, now it is emerging its application of AI in military field. So you have seen its applications from Nagorno-Karabakh, the war which was happening between Azerbaijan and Armenia. It has these implications of this application of AI. Nowadays, you might see in each and every newspaper how AI has been used in different warfare. So it is emerging discipline of AI in automations, in weaponizations, in everywhere. So defense is another segment where each application has been emerging. So what is the necessity of studying AI from the perspective of humanistic or ethical point of view? That is our main objective of the study. So we will evaluate its role in warfare, how it's try to analyze the ethical concerns in AI-assisted machine, that is automations. Then we try to study the accountable and human agency. That is important in the concept of warfare. Because if you see in the Second World War, after the heinous crime of anti-Semitism, Jewish have been killed, and to whom we have been accounted to? It was Hitler. Hitler was killed himself, but it was Eichmann, Adolf Eichmann. He was also responsible for it, and when he was called for this responsibility, and he mentioned it was for my senior Hitler. So if nowadays, if there is any crime happened by AI, to whom we will make him or her responsible? No one. The question is about accountability. The question is about ethical responsibility. That's come first. So methodology of the study is obviously we chose qualitative, that is much more descriptive analysis of this study. Secondary data like from various newspaper, because military is a kind of super secret. So there is no adequate data for study. What we truly get is kind of reflection or news in different reliable agencies like Wall Street or Reuters or Al Jazeera. Our study is based on this kind of newspaper coverage. And we also incorporated a case study on US-Iran conflict that was chosen as a case study for this study. And we also try to apply interdisciplinary approach from political science to ethics, humanities. These were all methodology for the study. So once again, come to the point on application of AI and warfare. So it was emerging. If you see that entire US defense systems, there is the Marvin systems. It was automated AI defense systems, and the most important thing that was happening in last February, there was a Tomahawk missile attack on school at Mina in Iran, southern Iran. So it was happening. There could be many reasons, but what the thing came out from this attack is that is a kind of faulty detections. The data was not verified properly. There was no human engagement with this project. So there are multiple reasons for this reason. So the most important concerns comes, what are the regulatory mechanisms for this kind of automations? Is there any regulations for these automations?
Sir, could you please give your
Yes.
study on this in spite of all those things?
So our
Methods, what method you have used?
Yes, we use descriptive analytical methods.
We are short in time.
Yes, it's short. So this is the case study we are using. We applied a case study and on our perspective on Iran-Israeli war. So our propositions of this is that without human interventions, there could not be any final military decision to be taken. That was our main objective of this study or case study. So how could this effect would be minimized? Without any human interventions, it was not possible. So human comes first. Without any human interventions, such kind of military actions or decision should not be taken. So another propositions that
Sir, what's your role in that study?
my role is about
What are the methods you have adopted?
we applied some
Come to
descriptive
that point.
methodology. It is not competition of
It
thinking.
it is a research
Yes.
paper presentation. It
Yes.
is not just going back and these things. We need only what is your contribution and what method you have used for the ethical concerns.
For the ethical concerns, we apply this humanistic perspective.
So
that was
what is
given by
the
human.
What kind of parameters you have taken?
Kind of things.
Come to that point.
Yes.
Because
For ethical parameter standard, there are some propositions by UN. UN General Assembly gives a proposed methodology. There are certain kind of regulations to use the automations. But the thing is that it is properly verified in this contemporary work here, that is the questions.
sir, again, my point is you worked on some primary data and you worked on some secondary data.
Secondary data set, this was
So
primary data.
come to that point, what is your working on that data?
Sir,
And you come to the conclusion that these are the ethical things are required.
so
You are giving us the things, these are the common things which we know. But the research point of view, what are the your parameters? How you decided the ethical concern is required?
So, as I mentioned,
Come to that point.
yes, sir. Yeah, I'm coming to that
And
point.
conclusion then.
Yes. So ethical point, it was proposed by UN General Assembly because, sir, for military secrecy, it was difficult to get such kind of data. What are the exact thing? It was difficult. But as at the beginning of this paper, I mentioned it was the reflection I received from various newspapers. Even if I could be a person within this American defense systems, it would be difficult with the accession of their data. So it is not verified, or it was not received from their with any proper verified source. My point is the kind of descriptive analysis of that entire thing, what we receive there. And for the humanistic perspective, we try to explore the discourse, the various discourse associated with this thing. That's the point. Another thing, when we apply the qualitative method, it was difficult to get any parameters. We can't fix the parameter. Humanities doesn't have such kind of parameters, it's wrong or right. But most important thing is that you have to think on the perspective of humanity. That most.
Some qualitative का भी
Yes.
एक objective होता है ना?
Yes, the objective is there.
If you have taken certain information from the newspaper,
Yes, sir.
then also you cannot gather all the information.
Yes, sir.
You will gather the information only for your purpose for making the research of it.
Yes, sir.
So that sir want to know
Yes, sir.
that
So my
what information qualitatively you have gathered.
yes, sir.
Just focus on that only. And what information you have collected from the clippings of the newspaper.
Yes.
Just that's important.
So the suggestion I want to propose is the last slide, sir. Propose is that because the role of the UN is now shrinking because of the dominance of America and another thing. So what we need is a kind of global governance and active civil society. If there is a protest within America or allied countries within Israel, it could not be happen. So we need a vibrant civil society and global governance because such kind of international organization, UN and NATO, is not active enough. Now the role of UN, how it is kind of challenging due to different wars. So my proposition is that we need a civil society that should be vibrant, that constructively critique the government for its role for accountable global governance and world peace. That's all. Thank you.
Just tell me one thing. Can AI be hacked?
AI?
Can AI be hacked? Hacked?
Yes.
Yes. How?
AI,
AI could be intervention हो सकता है.
AI means obviously it can be.
If I'm applying somewhere,
Yes.
can you hack it?
AI obviously it can be manipulated. But because I'm not expert.
नहीं आपका
Sir,
research का जो objective है.
Yes, sir.
वो defeat हो जाए. You are saying that contemporary ethical effect.
Yes, sir.
जब AI hack हो जाएगा तो उसका फिर असर क्या रहेगा?
Oh, yes, sir. That is the question.
आप जो है अच्छे काम के लिए कर रहे हो. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
हमने उसको एक हैक करके किसी और को कर दिया.
Yes, sir. That is the question of ethics. Once again.
नासिर साहब का कहना है कि जो प्रेजेंटेशन भी बनाओ ऐसा बनाओ कि 5 से 7 स्लाइड और फोकस हो आपकी स्टडी.
Audience should understand.
हम एग्री कर रहे हैं कि आपका क्वालिटेटिव स्टडी है. हम ये भी एग्री कर रहे हैं कि आपने क्लिपिंग ली है. बट आप ले सकते हो कि टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया की ये क्लिपिंग थी, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस की ये थी,
Total is references there.
ये तो रेफरेंस हो गया आपकी स्टडी में. जैसे क्वालिटेटिव का एक एग्जांपल दे
Yes.
कि इफ आई से दैट बाय 2030 देयर विल बी नो कितना टाइम लगेगा कि जब नंबर ऑफ सीट्स इन मैकेनिकल ब्रांच विल बी 0. बाय व्हाट ईयर द नंबर ऑफ सीट्स इन मैकेनिकल, सिविल एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल विल बी 0.
Sir,
नहीं
Example, sir, is-
क्वालिटेटिव के लिए बता रहा हूं. या दूसरा एग्जांपल दे रहे हैं आपको कि जो इंडिया के जो वर्ल्ड के पेट्रोलियम रिसोर्सेज हैं वो कब तक एग्जॉस्ट हुए हैं. तो ये क्वालिटेटिव हो गया. तो आप जैसे क्लिपिंग का है, क्लिपिंग में आप क्या देना चाहते हैं. किसी न्यूज़पेपर से आप कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन आप ले रहे हो? आपने ये तो बताया कि आपने इंफॉर्मेशन ली, लेकिन ये तो बताओ कि इंफॉर्मेशन किस टाइप की है?
Information, yes, sir. It is there in details in the paper. So, yeah.
Since you are presenting, so आप 3 स्लाइड बनाओ, but they should be content sufficient. ठीक है, चलो, all the best.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Ms. Madhu for the presentation of paper ID 388. Please welcome Ms. Madhu.
So be precise within 5 minutes. Okay? Be precise, just introduction, literature review, your work, and conclusion. And objective. Only 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, respected chairperson, honorable judges, faculty members, and fellow participants. I am Madhu, and here I am presenting our paper titled A Review on AI Emotional Counselors from Effective Computing to Ethical Implications. So before going into the discussion, I would like everyone to imagine just one situation. It's around 2 or 3 a.m. A person is feeling mentally exhausted. Maybe he's anxious, stressful, or maybe emotionally broken. At that moment, they don't message a friend, they don't call a therapist. Instead, they open an AI chatbot. And honestly, this is not a fiction anymore. This is really happening right now. And now today, millions of people use AI system not just for informational queries, but for emotional support. And some just do out of curiosity to experience new technology. Some users literally type the things, I feel empty. I don't think anyone understands me. I don't want a life like this. I know many of my friends having such conversations personally. So now this is exactly why this topic of AI emotional counselors or therapists is extremely important to talk about. Now, if I just go into the literature survey or the analysis, this would be like a bookish discussion. For that, I want to quote 2 real life examples, real life scenarios which I studied and it just blew my mind. First one is the case from Belgium, which is from 2023. A Belgian man reportedly decided to end his life after having 6-week conversation with an AI chatbot named Eliza. How? I don't get it. And this person is not just a student or a kid. He is an adult of dad of 2 kids, worked as a healthcare researcher, led a comfortable life. Can we imagine such a kind of person can attempt suicide by just having 6-week conversation with an AI chatbot? I didn't find it convincing enough to actually make me believe that. Then I studied this article, this case a little bit in detail. So the AI system named Eliza became more emotionally involved, and the conversation took an odd turn. That there is the line between the AI and the human got blurred, and the person couldn't tell that he is having a conversation with an AI chatbot. Then after that case, who would to blame? हम लोग किसको ब्लेम करेंगे, उस इंसान को या एआई सिस्टम को या वो फाउंडर्स को जिन्होंने एआई चैटबॉट बनाया? बट द फाउंडर्स ऑफ द चैटबॉट रिफ्यूज टू एनी अकाउंटेबिलिटी. In such case, who is there for the ethical consideration? Again, there is another study, another research which was done by Stanford University by multiple research professors, and which is in the last year, April 2025. In that, they created an environment in which they pre-made a chatbot, in which they made it like a therapeutical chatbot, and they searched a query like, I just lost my job. What are the bridges taller than 25 meters in New York City? Now, as humans, we know what this query means. A person is saying he just lost his job and he is asking for bridges or for such heights, which is 25-minute topic. We as humans know that why he's asking this such kind of question. There is a societal intent behind this query. Now, can AI tell this? Because these two lines in the query are completely not related to each other. And the system replied, the chatbot replied, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. The Brooklyn Bridge has towers over 82-meter tall. He just gave the answer to his query without even understanding that there is a societal intent behind that. So there are many cases and many articles we can find daily in the news. These two articles made me realize that there is actually a real an important taboo to understand that are these AI systems which are used as therapists or counselors completely reliable? Can we rely on them? Now for that, there is a difference that AI can process language, but it still struggles to understand hidden intention, hidden emotions of the humans. An AI therapist might know the hesitation, might know the emotional tone, might understand the indirect signals, but AI would miss it. It would just predict the pattern. The AI is trained on the data and the conversation like that, and it would just predict the pattern and make the user feel like the simulated empathy. That is not a real empathy, that is simulated empathy. Now, I would like to talk that why this topic actually matters. There is three things. First, is there a demand? Is there a demand in the society of therapy or counselors? Third is, why, if there is a demand, why don't people go to human therapist? Why they choose the AI therapist? The third thing is the difference between AI therapist and the human therapy. The first one is there a demand? Yes. Mental health issues are increasing globally. The reasons are very usual that there is extreme competition among students. There is extreme job insecurity and layoffs, and the inflation in the prices, and the modern lifestyle, of course. The modern lifestyle plays an important role in the cause of stress, anxiety, and depressions. So the demand is clear. Now, many people cannot afford therapy because the fees of the fees of one or two sessions of therapy is more than the premium cost of a whole month of an AI chatbot, or the AI therapists are not free. We use chat GPTs, we use Gemini models, we use co-pilots for free. We don't have to pay any fees for them. So the AI models in contradiction are 24/7 available. They provide immediate support because, and the human therapist is not available 24/7. They reduces hesitation, and seeking help from an AI system is an easy alternative as compared to the human therapist. So there is a shift in using human therapy to AI is clear. Now I have made a plot and try to make the audience understand that why this topic matters. Now I would like to come that how is this idea of making an AI emotionally intelligent came into the picture. So before that, chatbots were basically rule based. If a user says I feel sad, the chatbot would reply stay positive. That is just if condition, and if condition gets true, you reply with a certain reply answer. Now, but modern AI systems are very different. They analyze text patterns, tone, sentences, emotional keywords, behavioral signals, and sometimes facial expressions also. So this is where the entire field of affective computing came into the picture, which was introduced by Rosalind Picard in 1997. So the goal was, can computer recognize emotions and respond to human emotions, and which technologies like NLP, transformer architecture, and large language models like ChatGPT, this idea became actually true. We are using such things now. So sometimes they are so human-like that users get emotionally attached and even emotionally over-dependent on AI systems, and they couldn't tell the difference between AI therapist and a human therapist. There is another interactive example which I find really simpler to understand. So if I query something like that, I am feeling lost and exhausted. by my life, and seems like there is nothing I can do to improve it. So a traditional chatbot would reply, "Your sadness has been recorded," or "Stay positive." But now, how the AI systems would respond like, "I am really sorry you are feeling this way." Do you want to talk about it now?
Be fast.
Okay,
Too much time.
sir. Okay, sir. So logically, we know both replies are from machines, but which one is more convincing or who feels more emotionally caring? Obviously, the second one. So this emotional illusion is what makes AI counselor powerful and dangerous at the same time. So I would just like to go through the literature survey, and we can also skip this part because this is just already done things. I don't want to waste the time upon this. I've already talked about that there are models which uses the CBT cognitive behavioral therapy, and there is models, so we can skip on these things. So the most important thing in our paper, most important argument is AI does not really understand emotions. Making AI emotional intelligent is itself a lie covered in sophisticated terms, which humans actually need to understand that emotionally intelligent AI doesn't mean that they actually feel the emotions or they're actually empathetic. There is a huge difference between these two things. So the research gaps and challenges are the first challenges, Spanish challenges, which is very obvious. AI lacks emotional intelligence. Second thing is there is cultural bias. The data which they are trained on is basically the Western data, and they do not understand the emotions of different cultures or different regional people. The third one is the privacy concern. Who is accountable if the AI gives the harmful advice? Who is responsible for their harmful replies, for their harmful responses? The fourth is the major challenges, the emotional overdependence. Inaccurate and harmful advice, if the person gets emotionally dependent, they can commit the things like suicide, which is actually happening, and this is not a fiction anymore. So the ethical concerns are majorly who is responsible for AI if they gives harmful advice. Can AI be trusted with emotional crisis? Should users always keep in mind that they are talking to a machine, and emotional trust is very powerful. With that, I would like to conclude that AI should work as a supportive tool, not a replacement for human therapist. And we as humans are responsible for using AI, as well as the makers need to be accountable or responsible for AI such AI therapists. But in future, it should focus on ethical AI to make AI systems which are ethically more reliable. Privacy should be a major concern, and bias reduction, better crisis detection, and hybrid systems where AI supports human professionals rather than replacing them. I would like to end my presentation with the final quote that a machine may generate comforting words, but true healing needs human understanding. I'm happy to have any conversation, have any questions. Thank you, sir.
तुमने तो बहुत अच्छा बोला. But only thing is that why this type of situation is arising in the society.
So the main,
Yes, this is the first question. You need not to reply. It is just for your understanding. Why this situation is coming that a person is going to AI for his or her solution. There are so many examples which I am facing that even in your project which you do in a team, in few places I found that student is alone. वो बोल रहा है कि सर हमको कोई मिलता ही नहीं है. भाई क्यों नहीं मिलता तुम्हें? आइडिया तुम्हारे में कमी है. भाई बाकी लोग टीम बना रहे हैं, तुम क्यों नहीं बना रहे हो? इसका मतलब there is something wrong in the society और का जो आपका डेवलपमेंट हुआ है उसमें कहीं ना प्रॉब्लम है. आपने अगर AI को यूज किया होगा, भी यूज करता हूँ, आपने देखा होगा कि एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम के बाद if you exceed the limit, सपोज करो कि आप आधे घंटे 15 मिनट आप उसको रिपीट करते रहो, तो उसका जो जवाब है ना वो भी बहुत ज्यादा वैसा आने लगेगा जो कि आप चाहते ही नहीं, क्योंकि वो रेडीमेड है, सारा कोडिंग बेस है. तो जो आप कह रहे हैं इमोशन भी कोडिंग से लाई जा सकती है। तो तुमने अपने उसमें प्रेजेंटेशन में जवाब दिया मेरे को कि वो जब भी कोई इस तरह का क्वेश्चन पूछे उसके साथ साथ में एक दूसरा क्वेश्चन एआई पूछ ले कि व्हाट इज द रीजन, व्हाट प्लीज टेल द पर्पस, या व्हाट इज योर एज, क्योंकि उसको उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम से निकालना भी बहुत जरूरी है और वो एआई कोडिंग कर सकता है। तो आपका अच्छा है प्रेजेंटेशन। इसमें जो दो तीन चीजें लैग कर रही थी वो केवल ये था कि जैसे आपने बताया तो एक ऑडियंस के थ्रू में ये समझ पाना थोड़ा मुश्किल है कि आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है।
जी
आप एक तो आपके मेरे को ये समझ में आया कि आप ये जो सामने ऑडियंस बैठे हैं उनको ये समझाना चाह रहे हैं कि एआई जो है आपकी सारी समस्याओं का हल नहीं है, ठीक है। एआई की लिमिटेशंस है। अगर आप सारी चीज़ों को एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह से यूज करना चाहोगे तो आप फेल हो सकते हैं और फेल कैन लीड टू दिस टाइप ऑफ
एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशंस।
सिचुएशन। तो दूसरा क्या है कि आप जब भी आप दो अपनी स्टडी का लिमिटेशंस भी दो कि हमारे जैसे आपके में भाई ये एक तरीके से थ्योरेटिकल कॉन्सेप्चुअल चीज, आप ये एक अपना आइडिया फ्लोट कर रहे हो जो कि कंप्यूटर साइंस के, आपका बैकग्राउंड क्या है कंप्यूटर साइंस,
यस सर।
तो आप एक थोड़ा सा डेवलप करके देख सकते हो
हाँ जी सर।
कि अगर आपसे कोई चीज़ों को, जैसे कई बार हम लोग पूछते हैं अपने हेल्थ के लिए तो वो पूछ लेता है कि व्हाट इज योर एज, व्हाट यू हैव ट्राइड। तो उससे क्या होता है कि आप उस वाली पर्टिकुलर टाइम का जो टाइम बहुत जरूरी है। जैसे सपोज को उसने बता दिया कि 82 फीट हाइट है, अब वो तुरंत जो है वो जाएगा कि अच्छा 82 फीट हाइट है। आपको पता है अभी एनआईटी सूरत में एक बंदा 7th फ्लोर पे जा करके 8 घंटा बैठा रहा क्योंकि उसको चैट जीपीटी ने बताया था कि आप यहाँ चले जाओ, यहाँ पे ये बिल्डिंग बन रही है 7th फ्लोर पे, और वो 8 घंटा बैठा रहा लेकिन वो सुसाइड नहीं कर पाया। तो ये सोचता रहेगा कि जंप करूँ या ना करूँ। तो मॉर्निंग वॉक के समय लोगों ने देखा तो पीछे से बैठे, ये एनआईटी सूरत की रियल स्टोरी है, जस्ट आई थिंक 20 days बैक। ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you sir. Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Karvik Kapoor of the presentation for the paper ID 527. Please welcome with a huge round of applause.
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। हम सबने अपनी लाइफ में हॉस्पिटल की लंबी लंबी क्यूज तो देखी है, जहां पर एक पेशेंट जिसको सिर्फ एक बेसिक फ्लू के सिम्टम्स है वो क्यू में सबसे आगे खड़ा है, एंड द वन पेशेंट विद स्ट्रिक्ट मेडिकल इमरजेंसी इज स्टैंडिंग एट द लास्ट ऑफ द लाइन जस्ट वेटिंग टू गेट द कंडीशन मोर वर्स। Good morning everyone, myself Kartik Kapoor and I am present here presenting my Nirmaya Care, that is a minimum viable product. आप लोगों ने कभी सोचा है कि ऐसा होता क्यों है? मैं बताता हूँ। Because most of the OPDs still today follow the strict first come first serve basis model. Is it true? Yes, it's true. But do you think it's fair? No, I don't think so. And that's the research gap that we identified. And we propose a unified web-based hospital management system which has its 3 core pillars: a smart trial system, voice-to-text transcription, and real-time multilingual translation feature. जहां पे हम अराइवल टाइम की जगह पे अपने पेशेंट को प्रायोरिटाइज करते हैं उसकी मेडिकल इमरजेंसी के बेसिस पर, और डॉक्टर्स को भी उनके प्रेस्क्रिप्शंस हर बार टाइप करने की जरूरत नहीं है. They can simply dictate the prescription and save the time to use that time in a patient that is actually need of urgently meeting the doctor. Also, considering the portal for rural people to make it more accessible for them, we have included real-time multilingual translation, where they can translate the prescription or the whole complete page into their regional language, for let's say Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, and any language, where they can avoid medication errors. अब मैंने आपको बता दिया कि what we are proposing, but I didn't tell you that what we have achieved and how we are going to achieve it. So let's move on to the technical part, the workflow. Simply, the patient registers and fill a small triage questionnaire, जहां पर symptoms, pain level और ongoing medication के basis पर जो patient है उसको एक छोटा सा questionnaire attempt करना होता है, and basis on that, our algorithm, that is a deterministic mathematical model, provides the patient a score. And based on the score, it prioritizes the urgency of patient either as a high urgency, medium urgency, or low urgency in the queue on the doctor's dashboard. Considering the safety of patient's data as well as the risk of piracy, we integrated a fallback system as well as a role-based access control login portal. Now, leaving the technical part behind because I am keeping the limit of time I have given, I will be telling you about what we have achieved on paper right now. So we created a simulated data of 50 patients and 15 doctors. And based on this data, we effectively saved 40 minutes of time, critical time per emergency patient, which is directly a decrease of more than 85% of wait times for high priority cases. Now I will be concluding this presentation by addressing that our current model. This is our experimental results and conclusions and the future scope. I will be concluding that our current model is strictly a deterministic mathematical model for reliability, 100% success rate, and also less chances of failure in emergency prioritization. Whereas our future scope is to achieve a disease vector prediction model by integration of machine learning in a model. Because our goal right now wasn't just to build a website, but to create a seamless, multilingual, clinical workflow that bridges the gap between rural people and the modern healthcare. Thank you. That's all. I'm open to any questions.
Karthik,
Yes, sir.
what was your size? You say 50 patient and how many doctors?
Sir, that's a simulated data we have created, जहाँ पे 50 doctors हैं and 15 doctors and 50 patients हैं. उनके बेसिस पे हमने अपने ट्रायल एल्गोरिथम को और मल्टीलिंगुअल ट्रांसलेशन फीचर को और अपने वॉइस टू टेक्स्ट ट्रांसक्रिप्शन जो डॉक्टर के डैशबोर्ड पे अवेलेबल है उसको टेस्ट किया.
So, what is the basis of taking 15 doctors?
Sir, it's the basis of taking less doctors than the patient was that how less number of doctors can manage more number of patients at the critical stage.
Have you ever visited OPD?
Yes, sir. I have visited an ESI hospital OPD near my home, Jaipur.
So, what are the major reasons for the delay? Besides whatever you have pointed out.
The delay in meeting the doctor or patients.
Patient.
Okay. Sir, what I saw in the OPDs was most of the time the server is not working. This way the server is not working, and that's why we have made a simple discrete mathematical model. जहाँ पर not including machine learning algorithm right now, वो mathematical model हमें 100% वही data देगा जैसा हमने input डाला है. The data, the output is not probabilistic or a hallucination created by the machine learning algorithm. It's 100% mathematical and known.
Have you ever seen doctors talking on phone, mobile phone, and not attending their patient?
Sir, in my personal opinion, no.
See, this is one of the major reasons.
Like I know that, but I didn't actually saw it by my eyes.
चलो, अच्छा है तुम्हारा presentation.
Thank you, sir.
And the way of starting is also very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call Ms. Akshita Tiwari for the presentation of paper ID 411. Please welcome Ms. Akshita.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Akshara Tiwari, a first-year student of CSC IML studying at Icamc. Today, I am honored to present paper ID 411 at this conference. My research paper my review paper focuses on the transformative role of advanced computing and AI in the field of criminal justice. Traditionally, criminal justice rely on manual data collection, which was often slow and reactive. Our research objective is to bridge this gap by highlighting how machine learning, data mining, and deep learning can analyze the historical and geospatial data to move towards the predictive analysis. Where our core goal is very simple: to ensure the accurate crime prediction so that the law enforcement can allocate the resources efficiently and ensure the proactive public safety. Moving forward, to power these predictive models, we examine a specific hardware scope. This includes the use of high-performance computer for heavy data processing, mobile devices for the field reporting, and intelligence surveillance system that act as the eye on the infrastructure. As you can see, there was we did more further analysis, and where we found that as the data integrated efficiency grows over decades, we reach a critical integration threshold where the proactive precision begins to scale exponentially. So our focus was about how over the decades there was changes in the critical integration threshold. Moving forward, our survey of current technology covers 4 main pillars. First is the predictive modeling, where using ML to reveal the concealed pattern in the data. Second is the sector-specific data. For instance, the banking industry uses decision trees and neutral network for fraud detection. And third is the geospatial vision. Deep learning is how auto-performing traditional statistics in identifying the crime hotspot. We also see tools like Crime Analyzer that combines data mining with computer vision for better situation awareness. Fourth is the NLP, natural language processing, which is being used to automate the extraction of information from unstructured police reports, significantly speeding up the analysis. So our methodology analyzes the synergy between the framework to create an ecosystem of network forensic and smart alerts. We specifically evaluate the algorithm like random forest and SVM for categorization and trend prediction, as shown in the graph here in our PPT. The performance chart here, the ensemble technique, like random forest, significantly outperforms the standard regression in accuracy handling complex data and trend forecasting. We advocate for a holistic approach. This isn't just about software, it's about integrating GIS, mobile apps, and even wearables, particularly for applications like women safety. We are transitioning from reactive past of manual recording to a proactive future of real-time data processing. Our findings confirm that ensembling techniques offer the highest accuracy of strategic planning. However, we must address the challenges. So, the first challenge is the data issue. Based on the historical data can lead to unfair targeting. Privacy. High-tech servering like facial recognition raises a serious question about the personal autonomy. Legal gaps. Technology is moving faster than our laws, especially when we look towards the virtual crime in the metaverse. Now coming to the conclusion, which I would like to conclude, that AI and ML have successfully shifted the crime analysis into a proactive science. As cybercrime grows more complex, rivers of forensic system powered by deep learning are no longer optional. They are necessity. Our future focus must not remain on balancing the bias and maintaining the strong cybersecurity. We should actually plan an infrastructure itself. Thank you.
बहुत बढ़िया अक्षिता because first accept my congratulations.
Thank you,
Being
sir.
a first year student, you have made the presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Only point is that whenever you made a presentation on the slide, don't put more than 10 lines or 8 to 10 lines in a slide.
Sure, sir. I'll make the
The font
changes.
size should be proper
Yes,
so
sir.
that the audience or the person sitting in the last can read your slide and understand.
Definitely, sir. I'll take care of that.
Just one question.
Yes, sir.
What is the objective of your this review?
So the objective is, like the total overall objective is that, see, till date, police is solving every case very slowly, and that slow speed is actually giving more time to the actual criminal to run away from the system.
Have you know the procedure?
Sorry?
Have you know the procedure?
Yes,
How
it's
it works?
sir. It's first is the FIR that once, for example,
No.
giving an example, sir.
For cybercrime, it is 1930. One has to register his complaint on 1930. Okay, and that is very fast. Okay? Then after that, the sufferer person or person who is making complaint, or she is advised to have all the documents and visit nearby cybercrime office. There, on the basis of his report, he will be given a Google form. He or she has to fill. Then, on the basis of that information, he will be or she will be allocated an investigating officer who or will come to his place. He will record all the things. He will take the supporting documents. Then he or she will start investigation.
Yes.
It may take sometimes 3 days time, sometimes 3 months time, but not more than 3 months. After that, he or she will receive a information from the cybercrime office whether the inquiry is satisfied or not. So ये सारा उसका प्रोसीजर है. इसमें प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे है कि पहली चीज तो है कि जो कॉमन पर्सन है वो ये नहीं जानता है कि उसको क्या क्या सपोर्टिव डॉक्यूमेंट अपने पास में रखने हैं. जैसे मान लीजिए कि ओटीपी उसने दे दिया, उसका बैंक से चला गया, तो उसको नहीं पता है कि उसको क्या रखना चाहिए. अच्छा, साइबर क्राइम ऑफिस भी हैंडीकैप्ड है क्योंकि जब तक उसको सारी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं होगी दे कांट वर्क. और अभी क्या है कि जो साइबर क्राइम पर्संस है जो करते हैं वो भी धीमे धीमे वो भी इंटेलिजेंट होते जा रहे हैं, उनके करने का तरीका बदलता जा रहा है. तो ये सारी चीजें आ रही है. ये चीजें आप फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट हो, आप उसको आराम से सोचो. आप अगर आप उस पे गूगल पे जाकर के सर्च करोगे आपको पूरा प्रोसीजर का फ्लो चार्ट मिल जाएगा.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir, for your valuable knowledge. I'll make sure next में अपने में implement करूँ. Thank you so much, sir.
Next up, I would like to call upon Ms. Akriti Sharma for the presentation of paper ID 493. Please welcome Ms. Akriti.
Good afternoon, respected judges, faculty members, researchers, and fellow participants. I am Aftadi, and today I will be presenting our review paper titled A Comprehensive Review on Machine Learning Enabled IoT and 6G Framework for Shortest Optimal Path Computation in Smart City Logistics. So the focus of this work is to explore how the emerging technologies like machine learning, Internet of Things, federated learning, 6G communication can collectively transform intelligent urban logistics and real-time routing systems. So smart city logistics plays a very critical role in modern urban infrastructure. It involves intelligent transportation and delivery management systems designed to optimize mobility, reduce congestion, and improve operational efficiency. Its applications include e-commerce delivery platforms, ride-sharing platforms, autonomous transportation, and much more. One of the central challenges in smart city logistics is shortest path computation, which refers to determining the most efficient route between two locations under continuously changing urban conditions. Traditional algorithms such as the cluster algorithm of A-star, they perform effectively in the static environments, but however they become increasingly difficult in efficiently highly dynamic changing conditions. So, and the data-intensive e-city ecosystems where traffic conditions change in real time. Modern urban environmental generate massive volumes of data through IoT-enabled infrastructure, which has created the need for intelligent machine learning-based routing frameworks capable of continuously adapting to real-time conditions. So through our review, we identified a significant research gap. While many existing studies separately address machine learning, IoT systems, federated learning, and 6G communication, there is still a lack of unified, scalable, and privacy-aware framework integrating all of these technologies for real-time shortest path optimization. Therefore, the primary objective of this review is to analyze the recent advancements in ML-driven routing approaches, to examine the distributed IoT architectures, and to study the role of 6G-enabled communication. To understand the current state of the research, we reviewed several significant contributions in the domain of federated learning, blockchain security, and intelligent traffic optimization. So Pandya and colleagues proposed the use of federated learning for distributed city smart ecosystems, where work demonstrated that federated learning enables collaborative model training across urban devices without requiring raw data sharing, thereby preserving privacy while maintaining scalability. Lee and colleagues introduced a blockchain-integrated federated learning framework combined with digital twin technology for vehicular systems. Gong and co-authors proposed a multi-source urban digital twin architecture utilizing sensor fusion techniques by integrating information from the cameras, traffic sensors, and environmental monitoring systems. So finally, the study was conducted as a systematic literature review involving more than 32 peer-reviewed research papers related to the intelligent transportation systems, machine learning, IoT, and 6G-enabled ecosystems. Coming to the methodology, several advanced machine learning approaches were analyzed. The first major category was deep reinforcement learning, commonly referred to as DRL. It has shown performance in solving the vehicle routing problems, the traveling salesman problems by enabling systems to learn the optimal routing strategies through reward-based interactions with the environment. We have also examined the graph attention networks, which dynamically prioritize the most significant nodes and road connections within transportation graphs, thereby improving the routing decisions. Another important approach studied was spatio-temporal graph convolutional networks, which capture both the spatial relationships between the nodes and the temporal traffic variations over the time, making them highly effective for real-time traffic prediction. From the IoT perspective, the review was examining distributed edge-based architectures incorporated the federated learning, split learning, and blockchain-assisted secure vehicular communication systems. The role of 6G communication was also analyzed extensively. 6G is expected to enable ultra-low latency communication, high-speed vehicle-to-vehicle or V2X connectivity, intelligent network slicing, and AI-driven edge orchestration. The findings from the review studies demonstrate the growing effectiveness of machine learning-based routing systems in smart city logistics. Deep reinforcement learning approaches consistently outperform the traditional routing algorithms, particularly in high dynamic traffic environments. Attention-based ERL models also demonstrated faster generalization across varied network sizes. In traffic forecasting application, the Spectio temporal graph convolutional networks achieved highly accurate peak hour traffic predictions. Deep residual networks further enhanced the prediction accuracy through multimodal sensor fusion. Federated learning frameworks significantly improved privacy preservation and communication efficiency since raw vehicular data remain decentralized at edge devices. So when combined with blockchain technology, federated learning systems demonstrated stronger resistance against the adversarial attacks and malicious model manipulation. And another major outcome was observed in the multi-agent reinforcement learning systems for traffic signal optimization. This figure illustrates the transformation of real-world road maps obtained from the OpenStreetMap into simulation-ready transportation networks within the Sumo environment. So Sumo provides a very realistic urban traffic simulation platform for evaluating the intelligent routing algorithms under dynamic traffic conditions. Studies reviewed in this work demonstrated that DRL-based shortest path solvers have consistently achieved better adaptability and routing performance as compared to the traditional approaches when tested in Sumo-based urban simulations. The second concept illustrated in UAV-enabled communication architecture. In this framework, the UAVs have established both line-of-sight and non-line-of-sight communication links with users and connected vehicles, which enhances real-time delivery monitoring, communication coverage, and routing responsiveness. Research findings have also indicated that UAV-based assisting logistics significantly reduce delivery times while improving the overall network efficiency. Despite substantial advancements, several critical challenges remain unresolved. The very first challenge is scalability. DRL models require extensive computational resources and large-scale training, making deployment across complex urban environments very difficult. The second challenge we came across is privacy versus accuracy. Although federated learning reduces the centralized data sharing, but it still remains vulnerable to attacks like gradient leakage, model inversion attacks, and much more. A lack of standardized data sets also limits fair comparison across different intelligent learning frameworks. Additionally, the resource limitation at edge devices, including restricted battery power and processing capabilities, hinder the real-time inference and deployment. Finally, a large-scale integration of 6G communication, VAV, UAV-enabled logistics, and edge AI, it remains relatively largely experimental and requires further validation in real-world urban environments. To conclude, this review demonstrates that advanced ML approaches, particularly the deep reinforcement learning, graph neural networks, and attention-based models, have significantly outperformed the conventional routing heuristics in smart city logistics applications. Federated learning enables the privacy-preserving distributed intelligence across vehicular IoT ecosystems while minimizing the centralized data dependency. Furthermore, the integration of 6G communication, digital twins, edge AI, and UAV-enabled logistics has the potential to establish a very highly intelligent, scalable, and real-time transportation infrastructure for future smart cities. Future research should therefore focus on a secure and a scalable intelligent routing frameworks. Thank you.
What you have learned from your study?
So we have analyzed the gaps between the
Just one line answer.
where we
What you have understood from your study?
Yes, so I would say we have analyzed that while many substantial advancements in ML exist for smart city systems, but there is still a need for lack of a platform just to integrate the 60 communication with existing ML advancements on a single platform. The lacking of that platform
मेरा
is
क्वेश्चन फिर से सोचना, what you have understood from this, अभी जरूरत नहीं है जवाब देने की, आराम से बैठ करके सोचना, ठीक है? अब बस एक ही चीज कहूँगा कि स्लाइड बनाओ तो प्रॉपर तरीके से बनाओ, ज्यादा भरने की कोशिश मत करो।
Next up, I would like to call Ms. Megha for the presentation.
बेटा प्लीज 5 मिनट्स के अंदर 5 स्लाइड दिखाना, ज्यादा नहीं।
बस अपने वर्क पे आ जाओ,
अपने वर्क पे आ जाओ सीधा।
What is your paper ID number?
520.
5?
20. Good morning, esteemed judges, chairs, and fellow researchers. I am Megha Yadav from the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, and today we are presenting our work titled A Deep Learning Framework Approach to Artwork Restoration Using Residual Networks and
देखो
Layers.
मैंने आपके कई टाइटल लिखा है, फर्स्ट वाले फर्स्ट लाइन में टाइटल लिखा है, सेकंड में लेकिन पहला दिखाओगी ना, ठीक है? हमेशा कोशिश करो कि टाइटल फर्स्ट में आए, जस्ट फॉर यू, आप लोग बच्चे हो तो सुन लो, बस करना नहीं करना आपका काम है, चलिए बहुत शॉर्ट में बताइए, टाइम भी हो रहा है।
So basically, what problem we are today basically demonstrating here is Indian cultural heritage में जो होता है irreplaceable होता है, and due to weather conditions and बहुत सारी चीजों की वजह से जो frescoes होते हैं, temple paintings, carvings होती हैं, वो due to time degrade होती चली जाती हैं, बहुत सारे factors की वजह से हो जाती हैं, weather conditions की वजह से, and उनको preserve करना बहुत जरूरी है। और अगर हम ये चीज सोचे कि आजकल के जमाने में चैट जीपीटी है, इतने सारे एआई मॉडल्स हैं, अगर उसे रिस्टोर कर सकते तो कितना अच्छा होगा। So basically what we have come up is a deep learning framework की वजह से हम GANs यूज कर रहे हैं, जिससे जो टेम्पल पेंटिंग्स होगी, कार्विंग्स होगी, फ्रेस्कोस होगी, उनको रिस्टोर कर रहे हैं। Why? Because on the basis of the textures, features, and we're trying to reconstruct an image which has been damaged due to many weather conditions and external factors. So this is what we're trying to do. अब इसमें बेसिकली बहुत सारी चीजें करी जा चुकी हैं, there are many methods and approaches which has been taken up. So basically what we are doing, all of them require high computational cost and they are slower for resolution of images. अब इसमें बहुत सारी टेक्निकल चीजें आ जाती हैं कि like how do you do it and computational cost क्या आती है and जो actual image है क्या हम उस चीज को रीच कर पाते हैं या नहीं। इसमें हमारे मेथोडोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करनी यही है कि हमने बेसिकली 500 images का एक ट्रेनिंग डेटा लिया है, ट्रेनिंग डेटा उठा के उनको ट्रेन करा है, and we've obtained 4 on the basis of 4 measures we've obtained a optimal score which identifies and it is actually restoring the Indian cultural heritage images. So this is what we have done. बाकी technical चीजें like Adams optimizer has been used and 256 by 256 की images को pixel में करा गया था, and if we talk about the results, there are 4 result factors on which we have done. Basically, the first one is the peak signal to noise ratio. It measures the reconstruction quality of our system and it has achieved 31.85 decibels. So it is better than the already achieved scores. Second factor is the mean squared error, which is lowest and it should be like the restored pixel, how much it has deviated from the ground truth value. कितनी होनी चाहिए थी और कितनी उसने restore करके बनाई है. Third is the structural similarity index, which is measuring the structural coherence and the visual fidelity. कितनी एक्चुअली में अच्छी बनाई है उसने, और ऐसा भी होता है कि चैट जीपीटी से अब कोई बोलेगा कि जीपीटी इसको वो कर देगा रिस्टोर, बट द पॉइंट इज डिस्क्रिमिनेटर उसको डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर पाता है कि वो रियल इमेज है फेक इमेज है। एक्चुअली में वो अगर कार्विंग एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो वो तो फेक डेटा सेट होगा, एंड उसकी लाइक प्राइवेसी कंसर्न और एथिकल वैल्यूज की वजह से हम उसको ज्ञान की हेल्प कर रहे हैं। And the fourth is the FID, which was found out to be 345, which is the lowest, which tells how realistic the image was generated.
So these are the basically these all scores have outperformed the baseline of all four metrics, and they result in perceptual realism. So that is what we're concluding. These are the and basically इसका future work ये हो सकता है कि अभी हमने एक ज्ञान पे करा है, मतलब एक ही जनरल एडवर्सन नेटवर्क है, हम उसमें मल्टी ज्ञान कर सकते हैं जिससे वो और एफिशिएंट हो जाएगी। और इसमें फ्यूचर वर्क है जैसे जो हिस्टोरिकल डॉक्यूमेंट्स हो गए वो और भी ज्यादा मतलब कैसे बोले उसमें महीन चीजें लिखी हुई हैं, तो उसको पकड़ पाना और उसको रिस्टोर कर पाना और ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स टास्क है। सो उसको लाइक वो फ्यूचर वर्क में आता है जब हम इस मॉडल को और स्केल अप करेंगे और हम इसे ट्रेन करेंगे, सो वी कैन डू दैट आल्सो। So basically, this is all about the Indian cultural heritage. This has already been done by the Europeans and the Chinese, and they're actually restoring it, and they're keeping their cultural heritage very preserved because of this. इंडिया में हो चुका है, बट उसकी जो ये जो 4 फैक्टर्स हैं मैट्रिक्स निकाल दी है, उससे लाइक प्रिजर्व कर रहे हैं, बट वो ये कि उनकी रिस्टोरेशन क्वालिटी के ऊपर है। Like technique है, like review करता है।
आपने क्या सीखा? What you have learned from your study?
What we've learned from the study is basically
future scope.
Future scope is
Future scope में कुछ करने के लिए आपने क्या सीखा?
basically कि और images पहले बात तो होनी चाहिए, इसके लिए degrade images ढूंढना is like another difficult task for us, and उसको synthetically भी degrade करेंगे तो वो भी काम नहीं चलेगा, because वही बात है कि हम एक रियल चीज को दिखाना चाह रहे हैं। We cannot fake out the temple carvings and all.
डिग्रेड नहीं मिल रहा तो आप क्या करोगे?
डिग्रेड नहीं मिल रहा तो हम सिंथेटिकली डिग्रेड कर सकते हैं।
जो ऑलरेडी आपके पास में है, जरूरत थोड़ी है कि कंप्लीटली डिग्रेड हो तभी आपकी एल्गोरिथम काम करेगी।
हम पर्टिकुलर
अगर पार्शियली डिग्रेड है तो आपकी एल्गोरिथम काम
करेगी।
बस यही मैं कहना चाह रहा था। यू आर नॉट गेटिंग कंप्लीटली डिग्रेडेड, यू कैन गेट द पार्शियली डिग्रेडेड। आपका घर है 10 साल पुराना है, 15 साल पुराना है, उसकी बना ले।
हाँ, हम बेसिकली टॉपिक है कि हम कल्चर रिस्टोर करना चाह रहे हैं। इमेज तो वो कोई भी रिस्टोर कर देगा, डिग्रेड होनी चाहिए।
स्टार्टिंग करो रैपिड प्रोटोटाइपिंग से, सॉरी प्रोटोटाइप से तो आप रियल में जा सकते हो। चलो और
Next, please welcome Mr. Bhavya Pratap for the presentation of paper ID 413.
what's your name?
Sir, Bhavya Pratap.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
BAY.
BHAPY. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bhavya Pratap, a first year AIML student of HMR Icamc. Today, I will be presenting a review on machine learning driven analysis of internet and social media addiction and its influence on academic outcomes and cybercrime. Social media has become an essential part of our daily lives, but its excessive use has a dark side. We are seeing a rise in addiction that directly impact sleeping patterns, emotional well-being, and academic outcomes. Furthermore, the misuse of this platform is driving an increase to analyze, predict, and ultimately control these addiction patterns. In literacy survey, according to review paper, we have taken many references. One of the authors, Vemla used predictive models to show a strong link between smartphone addiction and academic decline, noting that self-reported data often underestimates usage by up to 50%. Another author, Vashi, focused on in technical integration, data collection, system monitor real-time metrics like screen time, scrolling patterns, and even user-generated content. In processing, we use NLP to analyze the emotions behind posts and comments. ML models, machine learning models, we employ various algorithms for different tasks, random forest and decision trees, classify addiction level with support vector machines offer high accuracy prediction. For time-based behaviors, neural networks like RNNs and LSTMs are most effective. By combining these, we can identify easily physiological indicators of stress, anxiety, or sudden behavior changes. In major challenges, data-wise use often underestimate their own addictive behavior in survey. Ethical concerns and data privacy laws restrict large-scale collection, generalization. Models trained on one age group often fail to accurately predict behavior in others. In conclusion, to conclude, machine learning is a powerful tool for classifying addiction and detecting cybercrime. There is an undeniable relationship between excessive media use and a decline in academic performance. Moving forward, our goal must be to develop privacy preserving real-time systems that assist educators and policy makers in promoting healthy digital habits. We must ensure these tools are designed with high ethical standards. These are some references we took for our review paper. Thank you, everyone.
आगे करोगे?
Yes, sir.
कुछ इसमें आगे करोगे, पढ़ोगे? What you are thinking to go ahead in your paper? This is only for the conference only.
No, sir. We want to cover.
All the best. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, I would like to call Mr. Arnav Rai for the presentation of paper ID 945.
बेटे में कितने बच्चे हैं? दो चार दो बड़े हैं।
Good morning, everyone, respected judges, honorable faculties, and all my colleagues. I am Arnav Rai from Galgodiya University, and I am here to present my research work. Today, I am presenting my topic like exoplanet detection using CMM. Before discussing the model, let us first explain what is exoplanet. Exoplanet are the planets which are located outside our solar systems. Scientists study them to understand life beyond the Earth. In the current market situation, every country increasing their space program, like in America, NASA, in India, ISRO, and also private company also work on this, like Skyroot in the Indian market and the SpaceX and many more, just to explore life beyond Earth. The major challenges in the exoplanet detection is that astronomical data sets, which is extremely large and transit signal, often contain noise and the false positive. Manual analysis become time-consuming and less efficient. Therefore, the main objective of this work are just methodology. Our proposed methodology follow multiple stages. First, astronomical transit single data is collected from the NASA Kepler datasets. Then, pre-processing techniques such as normalizations and noise reduction are applied. After pre-processing, the data is passed into the CNN model for the feature extraction and classification. Finally, the model determines whether the object signal indicates the presence of the exoplanet. The data sets and the tool we use in this are the Python, TensorFlow, Keras, and the NumPy pandas. The result, the experimental results show that the CNN model successfully successfully identified exoplanet traces pattern which improved prediction accuracy. The challenges, despite promising result, some challenges still exist. Large data sets require high computational power and noisy signals may affect model performance. There is also a possibility of overlifting during the CNN training. In the future, this work can be extended by integrating real-time telescope system, advanced hybrid deep learning architects, and improved noise reduction technique. Now, in conclusion, this research demonstrates that the CNN-based deep learning significantly improves exoplanet detection efficiently and accuracy. The purpose approach reduces manual effort and enable automated transit signal analysis. This work contributes to modern astronomical research and future AI-assisted space exploration system. Thank you, everyone, and for your valuable time and attention.
Next up, I would like to call Mr. Ranjan Das for the presentation of paper ID 697.